Today's topic, we're going to talk about the power of saying no, and how it can not only change your business goals, professional goals, relationship goals, personal goals, but it can help change your life. Let's get started. Why is it so hard to say no? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why is it so hard to say no in this situation, but not in that situation? This person, but not that person. Why is it so hard? The short answer to this is because there is a psychological response to saying no. Of course, it doesn't feel good. Nobody likes to be told no. Nobody likes to be told I'm not interested. Nobody likes to be told I don't want you. You know, it's not a great feeling. And unfortunately, one of the reasons it might be very difficult for you to say no is you internalize that negative feeling and you project that internalization to prevent the other person to feel like crap. And then you say yes, which is not a good, healthy thing. Another reason why it might be very difficult for you to say no is you don't want to sabotage a relationship. I'm sorry, sabotage is the wrong word. You don't want to jeopardize a relationship or a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a new friend. You want to keep them around, but you're not quite sure that by saying no, they're just going to leave you, dump you, or not consider you. Understanding the psychological effect, the psychological response of saying no is very important. But if you notice, of all the examples I pointed, it aims at one direction: sense of self. And so before you throw tomatoes at me, I want you to understand, I'm not saying that you don't know who you are. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is that understanding yourself more, having a good relationship with yourself, allows you to understand your boundaries. Having a better self-esteem, better self-confidence, a better self-worth allows you to understand where you are, not only in this world, but also within yourself and within your group, within your peers. It's important to know what you allow and what you will not tolerate and what you're willing to concede to. These are three important points. Because let me tell you something in your life, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're old enough. I think you're above 18 if you watch this video. But, we've all have to do stuff that we really don't want to. I mean, I still do it today. My mom still does it. And it's just part of life. To do stuff we really don't want to do, we still have to do it. But it comes down to degree, and it comes down to what. But if you don't know where you stand and what you allow, then you say yes to everything. And remember, there's a psychological effect to saying no. And there's also a psychological effect to say yes. And especially if you say yes to something you don't want to. It's torture. It's complete torture. Why would you want to torture yourself? So first step is you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable saying no. But then you also have to understand why you're saying no to and what you're saying no to, right? Because every time you say no, there's going to be a rebuttal. It's just human nature. If someone tells me, Alistair, I don't want to buy this product, I don't want to buy your programs, I would say, well, why? I understand that, but tell me why. Like, I'm not just going to walk away and let it be the end of that. There's going to be a conversation. And that rebuttal, people try to shy away from it. So you have to be able to stand in your conviction as to why you say no. And in order to do that, you have to know why you say no. And that's the power of saying no. It allows you to create a very clear, fine line between you and your peers and your environment. It allows you to filter in what you are able to concede, what's a hard no, and what's a maybe. It does wonders for your mental health. It also shows and tells everybody around you, from your peers to your friends to your mom to your potential co-workers, in my case, to even with clients. It lets them know what you will not tolerate. It filters out a lot of the drama that will probably come your way. It really is helpful and it's very powerful. And it's also, believe this or not, it's a self-confidence booster. It's a self-esteem booster. It's a self-worth booster. Because you no longer have to tolerate and do stuff that you really don't want to do. But I caution this very, very clearly. It is extremely relative, because once again, we all have to do stuff we don't want to do. So there's a lot of relativity when it comes to saying no. It depends. And that's why I pointed out here, sometimes we're not in a position to say no. And if that's the case, if you find yourself in a position where you really want to say no, but you really can't say no, then this is where you really have to put a plan into action. And then you have to identify why. Why are you not able to say no in this specific situation? Number 2 is you have to plan the how. How can you put yourself in a position where you're able to say no in that specific situation? That's important. Once you identify the why and the how, then you execute. You work all the steps towards the path to put you in a position where you no longer have to say no to that specific situation. And once you get there, then you have to strategize. The work is not done. You have to strategize. You have to make sure that you don't regress. So you have to strategize the maintenance. So you have to plan and make sure that you don't find yourself in a regression state where you're no longer able to say no to that specific situation. You understand? And that is how you turn yourself from a situation where you cannot say no into a position where you can say no. It's a very powerful tool, because once you're able to say no, you're much more happier. Apologies. You're a lot more happier. You feel a lot more free. You have a better mental state, a better state of mind, and you're able to achieve. If you use that formula, you're able to achieve quite a lot. The power of saying no and your fitness goals. How does it work? Very easy. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, and you break down that goal into small little steps, and in one of those steps you have to eat 1,400 calories a day. But then the company you keep love to go out every day. I mean, the pandemic, maybe that's changed, but they like to go out every day, order food in, hang out, party, and drink on the weekends. And they tell you, Eddie, come on, let's go have some fun. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, saying no, because not only are you going to say no, but they're going to fight back and say, why not? What do you mean no? What are you talking about? Why are you so serious? You have to be able to understand and know and believe in your conviction strong enough to say no. And that is a power that's going to help you not only reach your fitness goals, but your goals in general. So thank you so much for listening to my little stuff here, the power of saying no. Once again, I appreciate you more than you know. So usually I'll say go to anftraining.com, but this time, no, you're going to go to anfplus.com. It is where I have my coaching services, right? So I do work with clients and I help them. It's not life coaching, but I help them with behavior change, changing your mindset towards specific goals. But overall, it's for the betterment of your overallness, right? The betterment of who you are, okay? And I'm also always evolving. I'm always changing. I'm always improving. And so it's a journey, like I say. It's a journey for both sides, mine and yours. But that's what makes it fun, is that we're doing it together, okay? So I hope to hear from you. And bye.